In the material sky, even if we approach the highest planet, Brahmaloka, what to speak of the moon, we will find the same conditions of life, namely birth, death, disease, and old age. No planet in the material universe is free from these four principles of material existence. The living entities are traveling from one planet to another, but it is not that we can go to any planet we like merely by a mechanical arrangement. If we desire to go to other planets, there is a process for going there. This is also mentioned. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitri vrataha. No mechanical arrangement is necessary if we want interplanetary travel. The Gita instructs. Yanti deva vrata devan. The moon, the sun, and higher planets are called Svargaloka. There are three different statues of planets: higher, middle, and lower planetary systems. The Earth belongs to the middle planetary system. Bhagavad Gita informs us how to travel to the higher planetary systems, Devaloka, with a very simple formula: Yanti Deva Vrata Devan. One need only worship the particular demigod of that particular planet, and in that way go to the moon, the sun, or any of the higher planetary systems. Yet, Bhagavad Gita does not advise us to go to any of the planets in this material world, because even if we go to Brahmaloka, the highest planet, through some sort of mechanical contrivance by maybe traveling for 40,000 years, and who would live that long? We will still find the material inconveniences of birth, death, disease, and old age. But one who wants to approach the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, or any other planet within the spiritual sky, will not meet with these material inconveniences. Amongst all of the planets in the spiritual sky, there is one supreme planet called Galoka Vrindavana, the original planet in the adab of the original personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. All of this information is given in Bhagavad Gita. We're reading introduction to Bhagavad Gita as it is, given by His Divine Grace, A.C.Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder-Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. All of this information is given in Bhagavad Gita, and we are given through its information, how to leave the material world and begin a truly blissful life in the spiritual sky. In the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the real picture of the material world is given. It is said there, Urdhva Mulam Adhah Shakham Ashvatham Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit. Here, the material world is described as a tree whose roots are upward and branches are below. We have experience of a tree whose roots are upward. If one stands on the bank of a river or any reservoir of water, he can see that the trees reflected in the water are upside down. The branches go downward and the roots upward. Similarly, this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. The material world is but a shadow of reality. In the shadow, there is no reality or substantiality. But from the shadow, we can understand that there are substance and reality. In the desert, there is no water, but the mirage suggests that there is such a thing as water. In the material world, there is no water, there is no happiness, but the real water of actual happiness is there in the spiritual world. The Lord suggests that we attain the spiritual world in the following manner. Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 5th text. Nirmana moha jita sangadosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimuktah sukha dukha samgyair gachanti amudhah padam avyayam tat. The Padam Avyayam, or eternal kingdom, can be reached by one who is Nirmana Moha. What does it mean? What does this mean? We are after designations. Someone wants to become Sir, someone wants to become Lord, someone wants to become the president or a rich man or a king or something else. King or something else. As long as we are attached to these designations, we are attached to the body because designations belongs to the body. But we are not these bodies. And realizing this is the first stage in spiritual realization. We are associated with the three modes of material nature, but we must become detached through devotional service to the Lord. If we are not attached to devotional service to the Lord, then we cannot become detached from the modes of material nature. Designations and attachments are due to our lust and desire, our wanting to lord it over the material nature. As long as we do not give up this propensity of lording it over material nature, there is no possibility of returning to the kingdom of the Supreme, the Sanatana Dhamma. That eternal kingdom, which is never destroyed, can be approached by one who is not bewildered by the attractions of false material enjoyments, who is situated in the service of the Supreme Lord. One so situated can easily approach that Supreme Adobe. Elsewhere in the Gita, 8.21, it is stated, Avyakto kshara iti uktas tam ahuh paramam gatim yam prabhyana nivartante tadama paramam mama. Avyakta means unmanifested. Not even all of the material world is manifested before us. Our senses are so imperfect that we cannot even see all of the stars within this material universe. In the Vedic literature, we can receive much information about all the planets, and we can believe it or not believe it. All of the important planets are described in the Vedic literatures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam. And the spiritual world, which is beyond this material sky, is described as avyakta, unmanifested. One should desire and hanker after that supreme kingdom, for when one attains that kingdom, he does not have to return. He does not have to return to this material world. Next, one may raise the question of how one goes about approaching that adobe of the Supreme Lord. Information of this is given in the 8th chapter. It is said there, Anta kale chamam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samad bhavam yati nasti atra samshayaha. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body and whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 5th text. One who thinks of Krishna at the time of his death goes to Krishna. One must remember the form of Krishna. If he quits his body thinking of this form, he surely approaches the spiritual kingdom. Mad Bhavam refers to the supreme nature of the Supreme Being. The Supreme Being is Satchitananda Vigraha. That is, his form is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. Our present body is not Satchitananda. It is Asat, not Sat. It is not eternal. It is perishable. It is not Chit, full of knowledge, but it is full of ignorance. We have no knowledge of the spiritual kingdom, nor do we even have perfect knowledge of this material world, where there are so many things unknown to us. The body is also Nirananda. Instead of being full of bliss, it is full of misery. All of the miseries we experience in the material world arise from the body, but who continuation you will find on the Veda-based.io.